The Harry Potter series has gifted us with a magical world filled with a host of fascinating characters, each possessing unique abilities, strengths, and stories. But when we think about true power in the wizarding world, what exactly does that mean? Is it the strength of their spells, their wisdom, or their control over magic and people? Power in the wizarding world is a complex and multifaceted concept. To determine the most powerful wizards, we must look beyond just their magical abilities. A powerful wizard is not just someone who can cast the most dangerous spells or defeat the strongest foes. Their power is also reflected in their leadership, legacy, and influence over others. In this video, we're diving deep into the rankings of the most powerful wizards in Harry Potter lore, looking at those who wield magic in ways that shape the world around them, from Albus Dumbledore, the towering figure of wisdom, to Lord Voldemort, the embodiment of evil ambition. The choices of who lands at the top of this list may surprise you. However, there's one thing we all know to be true. These wizards leave an indelible mark on the world, their magic affecting the course of history, not only for the wizarding world, but the entire globe. Throughout this video, we will break down each wizard's contribution to the wizarding world and evaluate them based on 5 key categories: mastery of magic, influence and leadership, compatibility, innovation and discoveries, and legacy. These categories will allow us to evaluate the full scope of their power and provide a clear framework for understanding just why they're in the running for the title of the most powerful wizard in the Harry Potter universe. Mastery of magic is the most obvious of all the categories. It's what immediately comes to mind when we think of a powerful wizard. Can they perform complex spells with ease? Are they skilled in the dark arts or highly trained in charms, transfiguration, or other branches of magic? Wizards like Voldemort or Dumbledore come to mind when we think of those who could cast powerful spells with great ease. Voldemort, for example, was considered the most dangerous dark wizard in history, capable of performing complex magic with unrivaled mastery. His ability to cast powerful curses and control others with ease speaks to his magical dominance. On the other hand, Dumbledore, though much more benevolent, was equally powerful, showcasing his mastery in spells, particularly his famous duel with Grindelwald, which shook the magical world to its core. But the power of a wizard doesn't just lie in the strength of their spells. A wizard's influence plays a crucial role in determining their power. This brings us to the second category: influence and leadership. A wizard who can lead others, sway decisions, and shape the wizarding community in a way that bends them to their will holds a different kind of power. Dumbledore, for example, wasn't just a headmaster. He led the Order of the Phoenix, shaping the resistance against Voldemort's forces, providing hope in times of despair. Similarly, Voldemort exerted an iron grip over the Death Eaters, bending them to his will through fear and manipulation. His ability to control such a vast army of dark wizards speaks to his incredible influence over people, one of the key indicators of power. While Voldemort used fear to command, Dumbledore used wisdom and compassion, but both were equally influential in their respective ways. Next, we consider compatibility. Being a powerful wizard isn't just about casting spells in a controlled setting, like a classroom. It's about how effective a wizard is in combat situations. Harry Potter, despite his young age, displayed an exceptional ability to fight against dark forces, particularly in his final showdown with Voldemort. We've seen other characters like Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, and Severus Snape, who all showcased incredible dueling abilities, often taking part in high-stakes battles that required immense skill and mastery. The ability to think under pressure, adapt quickly in a fight, and overcome even the most dangerous enemies is a hallmark of a powerful wizard. However, power isn't always about brute force or battle skills. Some wizards demonstrate their power through their innovations and contributions to the magical world. This brings us to the fourth category: innovation and discoveries. Wizards who change the way magic is understood, create new spells, or even discover groundbreaking magical concepts are also among the most powerful. Nicholas Flamel, with his creation of the Philosopher's Stone, was one such wizard who changed magical history. His contribution to alchemy and the study of magical immortality is a mark of power that goes beyond the mere casting of spells. Dumbledore, too, pushed the boundaries of magical knowledge, particularly when it came to the Elder Wand and his research into dark magic. His deep understanding of the dark arts and his ongoing research into the complexities of magic added a layer of power that wasn't necessarily visible but was undeniably influential. Lastly, there's the concept of legacy. A wizard's legacy is the measure of how their actions ripple throughout history. It's how they are remembered, whether their actions left the world in a better place or worse. Harry Potter, though young, left a legacy of hope, bravery, and friendship. His victory over Voldemort ensured that the Dark Wizard's legacy of terror was not passed on. Similarly, Dumbledore's legacy was not just in his achievements, but in the countless lives he touched and guided through the trials of the wizarding world. On the other hand, Voldemort's legacy, though filled with fear and destruction, was one of unparalleled influence, demonstrating that even the darkest legacies leave an undeniable mark. In this video, we'll rank each of the characters based on these 5 categories, ensuring that we recognize not only their magical power, but also their impact on the world. The power of each wizard can be seen not just in the spells they cast, but in the decisions they make, the paths they choose, and how they influence those around them. From the benevolent wisdom of Dumbledore to the terrifying dominance of Voldemort, the question remains, who truly is the most powerful wizard in the Harry Potter universe? Before we dive into the rankings, it's essential to understand the criteria we'll use to determine the most powerful wizards in the Harry Potter universe. Power is not simply about casting the strongest spells or possessing immense magical strength. True power in the wizarding world is multifaceted, and it requires us to look beyond just raw magic. In fact, a truly powerful wizard's strength comes from a combination of factors that shape their effectiveness, impact, and legacy in the magical world. So let's break down these factors to help us gauge the true strength of each wizard on our list. First and foremost, the most obvious and fundamental factor is mastery of magic. This refers to a wizard's ability to understand, perform, and manipulate magic. It's not just about knowing spells, it's about mastering them and using them in different contexts, whether in battle, personal protection, or magical discovery. Wizards who possess exceptional magical mastery can do things others simply cannot, casting powerful and complex spells with ease. When we think of mastery, Lord Voldemort immediately comes to mind. He was considered the most skilled dark wizard of his time, capable of casting devastating curses such as Avada Kedavra, which instantly kills. His skills in dark magic were second to none, and his ability to manipulate others through spells like Legilimency Mind Reading and Imperious Curse controlling others' actions demonstrated his dominance. Voldemort's expertise wasn't confined just to dark magic. His proficiency in various branches of magic, including curses, charms, and transfiguration, made him a force to be reckoned with. On the other side, Albus Dumbledore exhibited an equally impressive mastery of magic, although with a very different focus. Dumbledore's magic was not just destructive, but also protective. He was widely regarded as the most powerful wizard of his time, not only for his ability to perform complex spells, but also for his profound understanding of the deeper and darker aspects of magic. His skill in both offensive and defensive magic was unparalleled, as evidenced by his legendary duel with Grindelwald. Dumbledore's magic was grounded in wisdom and balance, and his spells often prioritized defense and healing over destruction. Second, we have influence and leadership, which is critical in determining the power of a wizard. A powerful wizard does not simply wield magic in isolation. Their influence over others is a significant part of their power. This includes their ability to lead, command loyalty, inspire fear, and sway entire groups or movements to their cause. Voldemort exemplified this in a way few wizards could match. His rise to power wasn't just about raw magical might, it was his ability to control and manipulate others that made him so terrifying. He used fear as his greatest tool, commanding the loyalty of his followers, the Death Eaters, and leading them through terror and violence. Through his sheer willpower and the fear he instilled, Voldemort was able to take control of large parts of the wizarding world, forcing others into submission. However, while Voldemort relied heavily on fear, Dumbledore's leadership was rooted in compassion, wisdom, and trust. As the leader of the Order of the Phoenix, Dumbledore garnered deep respect from his followers, many of whom were fiercely loyal to him because of his guidance and moral clarity. Dumbledore's ability to lead through example rather than intimidation made him a pillar of strength in the wizarding world. Another key component in determining magical power is compatibility. While being able to cast powerful spells is one thing, the ability to use those spells effectively in battle is another. Harry Potter, although young and often unprepared for battle, demonstrated exceptional dueling skills throughout the series. His ability to think on his feet, his bravery, and his unyielding determination made him a formidable opponent in combat, even against the most dangerous dark wizards. Harry's victory over Voldemort in the final battle is a testament to his strategic combat skills. He wasn't the most powerful wizard in terms of raw magical ability, but he was able to outthink Voldemort and use his knowledge of love and friendship to overcome the Dark Lord. Sirius Black, Remus Lupin, and Severus Snape were all skilled duelists, with Lupin being particularly adept in combat scenarios, having fought alongside the Order during the First Wizarding War, but it's Dumbledore's combat skills that set him apart. His duel with Grindelwald in 1945 remains one of the most legendary in magical history, and his ability to strategize, use powerful spells, and outmaneuver his opponents in any situation makes him one of the most formidable wizards of all time. Moving on, let's discuss innovation and discoveries, which is often overlooked but plays an important role in determining magical power. Wizards who create new forms of magic, discover groundbreaking magical techniques, or push the boundaries of magical understanding wield significant power. Nicholas Flamel, for example, created the Philosopher's Stone, a magical object that grants immortality and can produce unlimited wealth. Flamel's contribution to the magical world through his alchemical research and innovations gave him extraordinary influence and power. Similarly, Dumbledore's exploration of the Elder Wand and his research into the Deathly Hallows marked him one of the most innovative wizards. His study of dark magic, particularly his collaboration with Grindelwald, was groundbreaking. This intellectual prowess added another layer to his power, one that didn't rely solely on spellcasting or combat. On the other hand, Voldemort's innovations were primarily focused on dark magic. He was able to create new and more horrific forms of magic, such as Horcruxes, which allowed him to split his soul and achieve a form of immortality. This innovation gave him an extraordinary advantage and helped him return to power multiple times. However, his lack of creativity in other forms of magic limited his potential compared to wizards like Dumbledore. Finally, a wizard's legacy plays an essential role in determining their power. Power is not just about how strong a wizard is in the moment, it's about the lasting impact they leave behind. Harry Potter, for instance, left an incredible legacy of hope, sacrifice, and unity. His defeat of Voldemort brought peace to the wizarding world, and his legacy lives on in the hearts of witches and wizards. His influence continues to inspire future generations to stand up against evil and fight for what is right. Dumbledore's legacy is one of profound wisdom and guidance. As the headmaster of Hogwarts, he shaped the lives of countless students, and his work with the Order of the Phoenix ensured that Voldemort's tyranny was ultimately stopped. Dumbledore's wisdom, kindness, and commitment to the greater good cemented his place as a monumental figure in wizarding history. In contrast, Voldemort's legacy is one of terror, fear, and destruction, though he was ultimately defeated. His mark on the wizarding world remains, and his reign of terror lives on in the memories of those who survived his rule. His influence on the wizarding world is one of fear, and even in death, his name inspires dread. By examining these 5 categories: mastery of magic, influence and leadership, compatibility, innovation and discoveries, and legacy, we gain a comprehensive understanding of what makes a wizard powerful. With these criteria in mind, we are ready to move forward and explore the top wizards in the Harry Potter universe, breaking down their abilities, accomplishments, and legacies to see who truly stands at the top of the magical hierarchy. Starting off at number 10, we have Severus Snape, a wizard whose power is often underestimated, but whose mastery of magic is undeniable. Snape's exceptional talents as a potions master, his ability to master legilimency mind reading, and his skill in the dark arts set him apart as one of the most complex and talented wizards. His dual role as a double agent during the First and Second Wizarding Wars, acting as a spy for Dumbledore while still maintaining his loyalty to Voldemort, is a testament to his strategic intelligence and magical prowess. Snape was often working in the shadows, but his contributions, both in battle and as an ally, made him invaluable to the fight against Voldemort. At number 9, we have Sirius Black, one of the most skilled and charismatic wizards of his time. Known for his bravery and wit, Sirius was a key member of the Order of the Phoenix, and his skills as an animagus were nothing short of impressive. His ability to transform into a large black dog will not only made him a highly skilled wizard, but allowed him to be elusive and unpredictable in battle. His loyalty to his friends and his commitment to the fight against Voldemort solidified his position in our top 10. Coming in at number 8 is Remus Lupin, a wizard whose magical ability is often overshadowed by his calm demeanor. Lupin's skills in defensive magic and his knowledge of dark creatures made him an indispensable member of the Order of the Phoenix. His unique condition as a werewolf, which he never allowed to define him, demonstrated his incredible strength of character and magical control. He was able to teach young witches and wizards the importance of defense against dark magic, contributing significantly to their survival in an increasingly dangerous world. At number 7, we find the brilliant yet dangerous Grindelwald, one of the most talented dark wizards in history. Grindelwald's mastery of magic was unmatched by many, and his ambition to rule the wizarding world, along with his vision for wizarding supremacy, made him a formidable force. His battle with Albus Dumbledore remains legendary, showcasing his brilliant magical mind and raw power. Grindelwald's charisma, intellectual prowess, and ability to manipulate others were crucial in his rise to power. And even though he was eventually defeated by Dumbledore, his legacy continued to influence the magical world. Finally, at number 6, we have Harry Potter. Though Harry may not have been born with the most powerful magical abilities, his strength came from his heart, courage, and resilience. Harry's ability to face Voldemort time and time again, despite the odds, showed his incredible inner strength. His connection to the Elder Wand and his triumph in the Battle of Hogwarts cemented his place as one of the most powerful wizards. Harry's bravery and the sacrifices he made for the greater good, along with his unyielding belief in love, made him one of the most formidable opponents in magical history. Despite his youthful inexperience, Harry's power was not only in his magical skill, but in his ability to inspire others and defeat evil, showing that true strength lies in selflessness and heart.